BronxManRich coming at y'all with another video. Racing the vibes to the battle rap community. Yo, Chilla Jones versus Rosenberg Raw was the first battle of the night. Let's jump straight into this recap. This was a dope battle. Both sides, dope battle. In the second round, we're going to talk about it because it's like both of them did a choke, but it wasn't a choke where the whole entire round stopped for more than 10 seconds. It was like they picked it right back up. Let's get into it. All right, so Chilla Jones first round, he starts with a scheme. This whole entire round for Chilla in this first, it was like froze, playing off the name of Rosenberg Raw's nickname, Froze, Frozy. So he had a lot of bars like that, and his name is Chilla Jones. You feel what I'm saying? So the beginning started off with a scheme. He had a satellite dish bar that was fire. Chilla Jones, it shows that he's a better lyricist. He knows how to craft it better than Rosenberg Raw, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he might win the battle just because he's better than him lyrically. This might trickle down to like the Cassidy versus Easy battle, because it's like, okay, you hitting us with the motifs, you feel me, rhyming the last two of the lines, you feel me, but is it enough to beat an overall talent? Let's get into it. So he had a brain matter splatter like grits that was fire. This was fire. You feel me? This is one of the schemes where Chilla Jones was talking about Froze and playing with his name or whatever. So he had a job letter run down on Froze, Bob Slutter. You feel what I'm saying? I felt like that was nice. It was a good scheme. Chilla Jones had good pockets in the first. Overall, I'm definitely rocking with this round by Chilla. It was a good round by Chilla Jones. It's beatable, though. It is beatable. It wasn't a crazy first round that can be beat, but it was a good, solid first round by Chilla. Rosenberg Raw, he goes, and Rosenberg Raw is not the most lyrical. You feel what I'm saying? He's not more lyrical than Chilla Jones. So for Chilla Jones, he should be beating Rosenberg. That's what I thought, honestly. But he disrespected me when he had Chilla in his name. Rosenberg Raw started with a bar like that. And I don't know when Rosenberg Raw, because we got to jack these lines as the truth. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know if Rosenberg Raw was always nicknamed Froze or Frozy or whatever. But he did say he disrespected me when he put Chilla in my name. You know, for me, how long has Chilla been out compared to when you had your nickname? So, you feel me? I don't know about that one. He had a 40 days, 40 nights bar that was fire. And it was a good flow pocket. Like Rosenberg Raw, he got bars. He's not as lyrical as Chilla Jones. I'm gonna keep repeating that, but he's aggressive. His aggressive style and hard hitting lines and the way he how he says it, right? So he could convince the crowd of this fire bar that he got, but it's not as lyrical as what Chilla got. You feel me? Because his cadence and his confidence. It's like Raw got lines, and it might be the one syllable rhyme shit, but it's fire. The way he delivers it, with his aggression and everything that he got. So he had a 40 days and 40 nights, and the flow pocket was fire. Hit him like the Sour D's from 010. That was fire. Ended it with Moon 357. Listen, this was a debatable first round. Very debatable first round for both MCs. You have one who's lyrical, and then you have another one that's aggressive with good hard hitting lines. I could give Chilla the first. You feel me? It was a good starting point. But it was a debatable. You could give it a Rosenberg Raw, but I'll give the first to Chilla. I don't know, man. I really want to give the first to Rosenberg Raw too. Is it debatable? You feel me? Is it debatable? That's a debatable first. Listen, let's go to the second. So second round goes, and I felt like he was gonna continue on with the Froze scheme. Like, I really don't like that. If you had a lot of Froze lines in your first, you shouldn't have a lot of Froze lines throughout the battle. You already got that off. Pause if need be. But he did start off with a Froze bar, come back kicking, froze the body. That was fire. Come back kicking, froze the body. MK, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that was fire. He had a Jalen Brown bar that was fire. Then he choked and asked, "Are we ready?" No, are you ready, Chilla? You feel what I'm saying? Like, it was like he reversed not reversed, but it's like he took back the line and said it again, and then he stopped, and then he said, "Yo, we ready?" And he looked at the crowd. It's like, "Nah, bro, I ain't hear nothing. I ain't hear no disruption, maybe because the audio didn't catch it, but I ain't hear no disruption." I feel like you choked. You feel I'm taking points off that. Just to keep it a buck. But that was a little choke that I had seen in that first, but both of them did choke. Peep to Rosenberg Raw round. I got y'all. Listen. So he did choke, asked if we ready or whatever. He did have a see what they do for views, but I feel like the see what they do for views, that's Rosenberg's famous line. So if you using that, it's like, are we still, even if the line is fire, even though we have to compare it on all of the see what you do for views lines, is that one, how does that rank? But it's like, that's giving more clout to what he did. So is that really a diss? You using something that he did way back when? I think they should stop using that those angles, like, oh, see what they do for views. That's his historic stuff. So if you're using that, you still giving clout to that. You still giving him points for that. You feel what I'm saying? So him Chilla doing that, it was kind of iffy, to keep it a buck with you. So he had to see what they do for view bars. Then he had a Pottsville bar. Rosenberg Raw called it. He called it a mile away. You feel me? He said it before. He said Pottsville before Chilla said the Pottsville line. But he did have a Pottsville bar. And he booked Easy to Block Captain. But, you know, it's battle rap. He also kind of rebutted the Sour D line. I don't know. But he ended it with a Chris Paul line. I don't know. That one confused me. I don't know if he really rebutted the Sour D. He said, oh, Sour, because from the previous round, my fault, y'all. From the previous round, Raw had a Sour D's line to back like Sour D's or whatever, hit like Sour D's in 010. So then he was like, oh, he said something about Sour D's in 010. And then he went off rhyming, but then he ended it with a Chris Paul. And I don't know that in the year he played 12 times. I don't know, man. I don't think it was a rebuttal. Just to keep it about, I don't think it was a rebuttal. I think you said the Sour D's in the round, but I don't think you rebutted it. I just think you said, like, oh, you said something about Sour D's? Like, yeah. But you ain't rebuttal it. Anyway, so that was Chilla's second. Rosenberg Raw second was better than his first, I feel like. I ain't gonna hold you, man. He said the echo messed him up at the beginning, though. He said the echo messed him up, and then he choked. He's like, wait, hold on. I'm calling it a choke. You feel what I'm saying? But he did pick it up. It didn't last more than 10 seconds. But he did pick it up. He said, the choke is, the echo is messing me up from the audio. You feel what I'm saying? From the mics. So that was fake a little choke to me. All right. But then he went on with his round. Didn't mess up after that. Just like how Chilla did. There really wasn't no big mess ups. He said, I'm going to drive to Boston on a half a tank and then walk the rest. That was fire. Assuming he's driving from Philly to Massachusetts or whatever. Then he got in his pocket where he was talking about his homie who was in jail, and he said he drove the car around for 4 days. He had that type of bar that was fire. Then he said had to hold his head, talking about the same homie. Yo, fire. He had a Tim Duncan Spurs scheme. That was fire. He also had a Pottsville bar. Also, Rosenberg Raw had a Pottsville bar in that second. I feel like Rosenberg Raw second was more. He gave us more. Even though Chilla was lyrical, Rosenberg Raw gave us more hard-hitting lines. Had like a real talk about his homie with good lines on it. Like, it was better overall. I'm giving Rosenberg Raw the second round. I just think overall is better. He's giving us more. He's giving us bars, storytelling. He's doing a lot. It's not just Chilla just lyricism. Pardon me, lyricism. You feel what I'm saying? It's not just Chilla being a lyricist. It's like everything. And I think when it comes to battle rap, that counts more. When you're giving us like storytelling and bars and aggressiveness and stage presence. Rosenberg Raw got the second, y'all. Third round goes, and then he had this little scheme where he kept saying, "You are not the face of RBE. You are not the face of RBE." And he had some good lines on there. He said, "You were not the face of RBE. Why are you not there now?" Chilla, I'm not giving you points for that one because RBE is shut down. RBE is not a thing. So it's like for you to say that don't make no sense. You feel what I'm saying? So I deducted some points from that. Then he had to push the wheelchair bar that went with the RBE. That was fire. He had slick talks just for kicks. That was fire. Play on with Goods. Goods is popping. He's in the algorithm right now. Salute to Goods, even though he caught the L versus J Mills. he talked about booking him. You feel what I'm saying? I booked you on the biggest card of the year. Like, he had that type of talk for Rosenberg Raw. Good round by Chilla, man. It was a good battle by Chilla, man. I'm not trying to knock Chilla. Third round, he rebutted the Brock Lesnar bar, how you should rebuttal a bar. I don't know what Chilla Jones was doing in that second round with the Chris Paul rebuttal, talking about Saudis. He rebutted his Brock Lesnar bar because Chilla did have a Brock Lesnar bar in his rounds. Yo, this one was fire. This was a very fire bar. He says, smack both hands, but I'm ambidextrous. You don't know who's going to win the argument. So smack both hands, but I'm ambidextrous. You don't know who's going to win the argument. Talking about smack. You feel what I'm saying? The URL. Very fire by Rosenberg Raw. Very fire. Had an eviction notice that was fire. And they was chanting 3-0. You feel me? I didn't feel like it was a 30-30. You could debate that first round. You could maybe even debate the second round. I don't think you could really debate the third, though. The third was fire by Rosenberg Raw. I feel like the second was fire. They both did a little choke, so it's even playing field. Rosenberg Raw, I like the second too. Chilla, you could debate that first, man. Might be 2-1 or gentleman's 30, but I am giving Rosenberg Raw this battle. I feel like he gave us more. I feel like it's not just about the double entendre. No, I'm not talking about double entendre. Sorry, pardon me. It's not just about the multi-syllables. You feel me? It's not just that. You feel what I'm saying? And when I mean multi-syllables, it's like when Chilla Jones in his first. Job letter, Bob Sletter. Job, Bob, letter, Sletter. You feel what I'm saying? When you rap words like that consistently, Chilla Jones was doing that a lot. You feel what I'm saying? Chilla Jones is really good at that. You feel what I'm saying? But that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win the whole entire battle just because you do that. Rosenberg Raw, like I said, he's giving us storytelling mixed in with hard-hitting lines, giving us material for us to maybe look back on and more quotables. Definitely more quotables. Want to throw that out there. Rosenberg Raw has more quotables. It's just more overall better. And I think in battle rap, it's not just that you have to have. You have to have everything. And Rosenberg Raw just have more. So Rosenberg Raw 2-1. Gentlemen's 30, man. BronxManRich, being tuned to the next vid. We recapping these battles. You already know.